The night I first heard the crying, I knew something in our town had finally woken up. My name is Daniel Moore, and for most of my life, Shapit Valley was just another forgotten place in Northern America, quiet roads, cold winds, and people who minded their own business. No one ever stayed out after midnight, not because of rules, but because of fear no one talked about. That night, I was driving home from the hospital after a long volunteer shift. The road through Shapit Valley was empty, wrapped in thick fog. My headlights barely cut through the darkness when suddenly, I heard a child crying. I slowed down. On the side of the road stood a little girl, no older than 7. She wore an old, gray dress, soaked as if she had been standing there for hours. Her face was hidden by her hair. Every instinct screamed at me to keep driving. But I didn't. I stopped the car and stepped out. "Hey, are you lost?" I asked softly. She lifted her head. Her eyes were black, not dark brown, black, like deep holes that swallowed the light. My heart pounded, but she spoke in a weak, trembling voice. "Please, he's coming." Before I could ask who, the wind howled violently. The fog thickened, and when I blinked, the girl was gone. Shaking, I got back into the car and drove home, telling myself exhaustion was playing tricks on my mind. That night, I dreamed of the girl. She stood at the foot of my bed, pointing toward the valley. "Thank you for stopping," she whispered. "No one ever does." I woke up drenched in sweat. The next morning, I went to the town library. Old records spoke of a name whispered in fear, ShapitGuDlya. A cursed entity tied to the valley. Decades ago, a child had been abandoned on that same road during a snowstorm. People heard her cries, but ignored them. After her death, disappearances began. Always after midnight, always near the valley, always those who refused to help. That evening, the crying returned. This time, it came from inside my house. I followed the sound to the basement. The lights flickered. In the corner stood the girl, her dress now stained dark, her feet not touching the ground. "You stopped," she said. "You saw me." Behind her, shadows twisted into a tall, faceless shape, breathing, waiting. "He feeds on cruelty," she whispered. "But kindness weakens him." The shadows screamed as the lights burst. The air felt heavy, crushing my chest. I stepped forward, terrified, yet unable to move away. "I'm not afraid of you," I said, though my voice shook. The girl smiled. For the first time, her eyes filled with light. The shadows recoiled, melting into the walls like smoke. Silence. When the lights returned, the basement was empty. Since that night, the valley has been quiet. No more crying, no more disappearances. But sometimes, when I drive that road after midnight, I still slow down, just in case someone is waiting. And I always stop.